Hello, welcome to my craft room with Rhoda. Today we're going to do Caroline's Craft Tree Challenge, week 10. And boy, she got some words today. I mean, none of them have anything to do with each other. The prompts are calendar, bird, staple, suitcase, and toy. Oh, I was watching her video and racking my brains on what I could do. And I come up with something. I can't believe it. Okay. So she lets you kind of use whatever term of the word that you want, and you can use substitutions on things, that kind of stuff. So our first point of entry here is going to be the belly band. I'm going to put it on a small piece of paper. I'm going to put it in my friend Zach's present I'm making him. He's like my doppelganger. He was born on the 21st of March. I was born on the 22nd. We finish each other's sentences, and we think alike, and we're artistic. We're both into the genealogy, and he's like my son. He could be my son because he's that age. So I had the suitcase part of it. I have this page from my porch prints that has all these different little suitcases on it. I think it's called suitcase tags on her Etsy store. And anyway, so I'm going to cut each one of these out and I'm going to stack them on here. And I do have one over here. I got to see if it came out. Okay, I was doing it on my printer and I was trying to make this one larger, and I went to 130. I was trying to make a trunk. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna end up cutting all these out, and I'm gonna stack them on my belly band, and we'll be back. Okay, so my belly band is done. I didn't think you wanted to watch me cut on all those little guys, but all I did was stagger them, going down through here, and then at the bottom is where my train is going to go across. The train is the toy, but it also goes into the story that I want to tell. So we're going to set him up out of the way. We are going to do some stamping on our page, which will be some trees. My family came from West Virginia, and it's nothing but trees. As far as the eye can see, it's like mostly I guess maples and other types of trees that are around the creek. There's always a holler, the creek carved out, and they all lived up the holler. Now, if you lived at the head of the holler, you had the best water because nobody else was dumping anything into it, you know. And then when you get down to the bottom of the holler, where it dumps into the river, that was considered the mouth. And it took us a while to figure out, you know, the directions that people would use, because they would also say up the river or down the river. Stuff like, and you had to figure out which way the river was flowing. So we're going to stamp on this side because this is going to go into the binding. This is going to be for a special binding. So it's just a single piece of paper. But I'm going to take some of my potting soil archival ink and just go over here on the side. And we're just going to make the impression that there's a couple trees. And see how that turns out, because that'll be outside of our belly band area. So I'll stick it right there. And I'm going to probably extend them too, because these trees don't really have a top. So I never really understood exactly how they were supposed to work. Now, that didn't turn out too dark. Let me try another ink. I think I used that ink before. It's probably getting dry. I've got Rich Cocoa and a Memento Dewdrop. Let's try that. I think I can lay this right over top and get the impression I need. And it'll give me the trees. I need the trees because they came over to Virginia. Now, we have trees, you know, but they weren't wall to wall like they were over there. And I'm telling you, they're wall-to-wall trees. Okay, there we go. Until you get down to the river. Now, what I'm intending to do is to match right back up with this little guy like that. And come back up again, which I may just turn that around because let's see how that works. I think I like that a little better. Oop, that one come off. Whoops. I'm still in a better spot now. Okay, good. Okay, about like there. And then we're going to put a few little branches on our tree because we need to. Yep, that works for me. I might come back in here. I got a little bit of ink still on there. I may just try to rub it right in there. Oh, it didn't work. Oh well. Let me go ahead and put these back over here. I need to get my little branches now. I'll fix that later. And I need a branch, which is a little tiny branch out of the kit. That's May's kit. Now, do I need it? No, I need the branch to go in the other direction. Whoops. Let's try the other branch down in here. Oh, goodness. Can I get in there? Some of these I hadn't taken out and used, like that bear. He's holding in there pretty good still. All right. We're doing this. We're doing this right here. And then I'm going to come up here and grab, not this tree, but I want this other little branch because I'm going to hide up that boo-boo I made with the branch. Right there. I'm going to go up like that. And then we're going to go up like that and see if we can kind of hide that spot. Oh, my goodness. All right, that's going to work. Anyway, okay. So, more to the story. We have... Okay, now I grabbed one of the little birds and we're going to put him on the branch. He's on with black, so he's going to stand out really well. We're going to stick him right there. And that's all we need, one bird. We'll clean that off, and then we'll go to the next step. All right, our next step will be this. It's my journal card that will go up underneath of the belly band. I chose this one because of the silverware, and I'm sure they brought their silverware with them when they moved over. So I consider this a staple. I'm telling you, I'm taking every word and using multi-definitions on it. So I'm going to put a tea bag on it because I want it to look a little old. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go on with a glue stick on the back of this. I did copy this off on this cream cardstock, which is really pretty. Oops. But I still wanted some age to it. I just didn't want it on cream because I'm going to put my calendar back here, which is one of the other prompt words. All right, let's do that. See how that turns out. Rub it down real quick while my glue's wet. Now, the tea bag will, you know, it inks up wonderfully. It's very nice to do any kind of stamping on. Oh, okay, but I do need to do my outside edges. I should have done that while I was doing it because that glue stick didn't look like it wanted to participate. All right. So let me go around here and fix all this. Okay, I've pulled out the large piece of my never-ending calendar here. This is May Made It, one of her stamps. I use it all the time, along with this one, to do my calendars with for each month. But what we need to do is we need to start with Wednesday, which will be the 1st, and then we're going to end on Friday. So, and it's 31 days. So Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday. So I need to start right here. Gosh, I think that's what I did for this month. It must be the same dates. But anyhow, so the family, my grandpa wanted to get out of coal mining. He was in it. His oldest son had already started to be in it. So he wanted to get the family out of there. And so his brother-in-law had moved over here to Virginia. And he was working on a cattle farm. Supposedly there was 100 head of cattle and 100 acres of corn. And he needed help farming and working with the cattle. And they were tenant farmers there. Well, that turned out pretty nice. And so they packed up everything. And there's conflicting stories in the family. There's been talk of a cattle drive and coming over on the wagon and going through German Valley, which is up in Harrisonburg, Virginia, well, across the mountain there, and that's how they came in. But then there's a story about a train. So what I have deducted happened, I've got the Sunday through Saturday thing here I'm going to ink up, is they did both. They had the cattle drive, came over on the wagon first, and because I found them in 2 locations on the 1930 census. And so half of them were over there and half of them were over here. So I believe that's what happened. They go and bring all the necessities. They pack up all the clothes and everything that they needed and brought it over on the wagon so it wasn't so expensive. And trains are a way of life over there. Now I took the 1930 and put it on my block here from the How Many set. And so they did that. They brought everybody over on a train after they got everything over here, and they had to leave some stuff in German Valley. It was just too heavy. It's like all those wagon train shows you see. It was just too much for the horses, so some of the items had to be left. And she cried. I'm sure they used trunks a lot, but I'm sure they had suitcases as well. That's why I enlarged that one to be a trunk. And trains are always pulling into the station over there. Grandma was also disheartened when she had to leave her beautiful egg-shaped house cabin that Grandpa made her. And he hand-built that thing. He was a carpenter, a farmer, and a coal miner. But, yeah, she wanted to go back so bad. And anyhow, on the funny aside is her sister's son. He came over on the cattle drive. I'm not sure where they were driving those cattle, but probably that's why they went to Harrisonburg. So they went and drove them there. And the one boy, he says he was never getting on a horse and doing a cattle drive again. He said that was the hardest thing he'd ever done. And yeah, he got him over here. My aunt, she remembers riding a train. That's why I know most of them came over on the train, because she hit her head. She fell off of a counter when she stood on it thinking she was big stuff. She was very young. And so she fell off and got a scar, and it was still there. The poor thing, she passed away here not long ago. It's 96. Let me see with something. All right, my train. It's a toy train. That's the only thing I had. It was a toy. Plus, it was one of the ways that they came over. Now I'm going to. Oh, they come apart. Because I was going to use the blue one and take out one of these other colors. What other color do I want to take out? I might take out the green. I'm not too keen on the green. So we're going to put a little glue on this, and we're going to put it down to base up our belly band and photo here. Make sure I get it on all those little pieces and parts. All right. Yeah, we go over there and we get so excited. You know, the train goes through. We take videos and stuff of it. But it's a very distinctive sound, too. It's, you know, the clang, clang, clang. And it was dangerous over there as well. I mean, on those tracks, there was 2 crossings in the town. And sometimes the vehicles would get stuck on them, or the trains would jump the tracks. And it was very dangerous. I'm not sure how this is supposed to go. Maybe I'll hook it over like that. Nope, maybe that's not the way it goes. Okay, we're just going to put it down like that. Let it settle. So, yep, that is how my family got to this part of the world. Part of you wouldn't say Western expansion. It was they were going east. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to know when and how some of the names came to areas. Everybody that has the last name Markham here are definitely related, because I said that my grandma's brother was the one that got them over here. But later on, their younger sister came over. And we all lived right here inside, you know, in the town of Stanton. I don't know if I should have put that in there or not. I think I will. I think I can still get that. Oh, gosh, that's sticking to my finger. Let's see what we can do. I love this. All right. See if you can get that up behind here quick. Can I get it up? Enough. All I need to do is get it up to put that under there. And that's it. All right, right there. Yeah, he'll love that. Oh, crap. It's sticking to me and my tweezers. All right, let me put a little bit more glue on there. I never make the right decisions. Okay. There. Changed my mind and messed it all up. There we go. That works. All right. Well, I hope you liked my story. Now let me make sure I've got all the prompts here, because last time I did it, I forgot to cut the ticket shape out. Okay, so we have our calendar, January 1930, when they came over. And then we have our bird. He's on the trees from West Virginia, where they're leaving. We have our staples, which are some of our silverware and items to bring to keep the family in comfort. And we have our suitcases, which probably all got put on the toy train. So I think I got it all. Well, I really appreciate you coming. I needed to thank everyone for coming. And I want to thank my subscribers and my watchers. And I'm going to write a little bit something up for my Road to Junk page. So go over there and see what I have to say about the drawing I'm going to have. Now, I did a few more paper bag journals. I don't know if you want to see those. I'm cranking these babies out. But I kind of just used scrapbook paper this time. And it went a whole lot faster, you know, and probably cheaper. The digitals, when you print them out, they cost for, you know, a mint. But it's got a little bird on it. But yeah, it's something like this one. I may give people a choice, actually, on which paper bag journal once they win. So, everybody have a great day. Hope everybody's in good health and good spirits. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.